The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, this is the official, and yes, I said the official Michael Hunter versus Mike Wilson post-fight review. And what a post-fight review this will be because, there's a lot of layers to it, so bear with me on this post-fight review. But Michael Hunter, he folds up, stops, and brutalizes Mike Wilson like he should in 4 rounds. He delivers a highlight reel knockout that he was looking for, that the fine folks were looking for, that the audience was looking for. Because let's call a spade, all right? This fight was supposed to happen on that Teofimo Lopez-George Kambosos card that was slated to take place at Marlins Park here in South Florida back on June 19th. That fight fell through, which is how this opportunity arose for Michael Hunter. You see what I'm saying? So, with that being said, and with that being taken into account, this fight with Mike Wilson was a cherry pick in June, and this damn sure was a cherry pick in August. When we talk about Mike Wilson, this is a guy that was 38 years old. This is a guy that hadn't boxed in nearly 2 years. This is a guy that, at the the one time he truly stepped up to world level at cruiserweight, he lost to Dennis Lebedev, and it was a fight where Michael Hunter was supposed to deliver this type of performance. And credit to him. A lot of times I watch a lot of boxing and I watch a lot of fights, and fighters get fed. Fighters are supposed to whoop and beat and destroy. And, like I said, fair play to Michael the Bounty Hunter. He ironed out and destroyed Mike Wilson. And this is good. This is a good thing for Michael Hunter because, surely enough, there was some new eyeballs watching this fight. This was a lead-in on Triller to the massive hip-hop event, the Versus event featuring Dipset versus the Locks. I'm going for the Locks. Shout out to the Locks. Styles P, The Ghost, Jadakiss, Sheik Lodge. I'm Team Locks in that one, and I'll be watching that with a lot of excitement. But Michael Hunter, he's trying to make his name bigger. He's trying to get some value behind the Michael Hunter name, and I think for him this is a good step towards doing that. And it's a good thing for him because he's not a guy that's outspoken, and sometimes a guy like him can fall through the cracks fighting on Saturdays when there's so much going on. But this allows Michael Hunter to be the star, the guy that, everybody's paying attention to. And he delivered on that. So, hopefully this bodes well for his career moving forward. Now, that does not excuse Michael Hunter from clearly ducking Filip Hrgovic, all right? He didn't want no smoke with Filip Hrgovic. And if Michael Hunter wants any respect from me, not that it matters to him because he's doing fine without me, but on this channel, if he wants any respect from me, he's got to go look for that smoke with Hrgovic because it was a fight that was supposed to happen. It was a fight he cried and whined about for a long time, and it's not happening because of him. So hopefully that fight can be revisited and happen sometime soon because I think Michael Hunter is a quality heavyweight. Hrgovic is a quality heavyweight. It's a matchup that's on the level, and it's a good fight for boxing. A lot of talk will be now of like, who should Michael Hunter fight next? What are his available options? I've heard Michael Hunter mention Dillian White, which, okay, cool, that'd be all right. But, I think you need to really be looking to fight Filip Hrgovic because you ducked him. You talked all that nonsense for a year, and you ducked the daylights out of him to fight Mike Wilson on Triller. So you have to really put that to bed and see if you can actually beat that level heavyweight. Because I have questions about Michael Hunter. He's a smaller heavyweight. He's a guy that I think if he stayed at cruiserweight would have been phenomenal. But at heavyweight, he's still a guy that's just a solid top 15 guy. He hasn't beaten anybody that's creme de la creme. When he fought a guy that had a name that was a above average heavyweight, more towards the upper echelon of Povetkin, he left a lot to be desired a couple years ago. So the jury's still out. And if he can't get that fight, if Michael Hunter can't get that fight against Hrgovic, or he just doesn't want to fight him, and he's scared, or for whatever reason he thinks that fight doesn't make sense from a business standpoint, that's okay. Duck him. I'm still gonna criticize you for it, but continue to duck him, and go fight Trevor Bryan. Trevor Bryan's a fighter in America who a lot of people say hasn't fought anybody, who still leaves a lot to be desired in terms of resume and what he's accomplished in the ring. But he holds a special place as far as boxing in a political standpoint because he does have a WBA. I think he won the WBA interim title. I believe he's interim champion. So the fight makes a lot of sense because Hunter in this fight with Wilson just won the WBA continental or intercontinental championships. So that means he's going to be pretty high ranked, and he's got a variation of the belt. And they're both two American heavyweights. And the way I see it right now, those are two of the best, established heavyweights. I know you could say Jared Anderson's the best American heavyweight, but he's still on his come up. These are the only two guys that I would say, aside from Wilder, are really worth anything towards that top level of the heavyweight division. So whoever wins that fight, I'd like to see that fight, because whoever wins that fight is the clear-cut best heavyweight in America, and I think that person should be on line for some big things moving forward. So for me, I know a lot of people are gonna bang the drum for Dillian Whyte and Joseph Parker, and those are good fights too. I wouldn't mind those fights, but Michael Hunter has to be looking at 2 fights and 2 fights only, and those fights are Filip Hrgovic and Trevor Bryan. If we're not talking about those fights, or world title fights, Michael Hunter, we're not really talking about much of anything. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Good performance, Michael Hunter. He absolutely battered, bruised, and destroyed Mike Wilson. It was a fun performance from him. I'm not taking away from his performance. It was definitely some good boxing on a Tuesday night. Can't beat it. Shout out to Peter Kahn and Triller and all the fine folks putting on this card on Tuesday. Looking forward to the next series. I thought it went pretty well. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. You guys, drop your comments down below. Make sure you take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.